Hello, welcome. We are back at it yet again with episode 6 of Coop&TheGoose, reading some scary stories. Last week, we probably read our best story, so now we're on the search to top it. And I'm not going to lie, we've been getting some bangers the past couple weeks. It's only a matter of time before we find a flop. How soon do you think that'll be?
It literally could be at any single moment. And disclaimer, real quick, I'm currently recovering from some kind of sickness.
Ebola.
So, audience, please forgive me for my voice and my throat being fucked, and if I have to clear my throat. So that sounds bad. Don't clip that.
On today's episode, we found yet again, it seemed like it should be another banger. The title is called I Saw Myself on a Missing Posters. Posted or uploaded 1 year ago by
Veristal.
Veristal.
That's what I'm going with.
I don't know why I instantly thought
They,
she.
I guess.
They.
I always go with they.
Okay, they had what was it 2.6 upvotes on this story, so that right there is a sign for me to assume it's a good story.
Yeah. And there's nothing wrong if we do get crappy ones. That's kind of the whole point of the show. So
we've been getting treated too well these 6 episodes or these 5 episodes. So
I would say the last 3 episodes are the best.
Yes,
like stories. Like the other ones are kind of like for me, but like the last 2 stories, phenomenal
yes.
storytelling. Like,
which based on the size of this story, this could be a 2-parter, but we'll see. We'll see where we get to. But without a further ado, I will go ahead and start us off. Also, look at this new screen. Whoa! Now you guys can read along with it. Oh, and I lost it.
I can't see it.
I shrank it.
Change it back. Change it back.
Well, it shrunk. Oh my gosh! Don't look at it. Okay, we're back. I gotta remember. I gotta remember.
Help. I'm stuck in this corner. Help me. I'm so small.
I have to remember. Do you want your color to be the same as mine? Because we're both like neon greenish. Do you want to be a different color?
No, I don't give a fuck.
You like being the color we are right now?
I don't care.
Okay, I'm looking at you right now. Hey, turn and look at me if you can. No. Like, look at my I'm on the other corner. Nope, other way. Look the other way. Look the other way.
This way?
Yeah, there you go. Now we're looking at each other.
Okay. Hi. I didn't even realize you did it too.
All right, perfect. We're going to get into the story. I Saw Myself on a Missing Poster by
Veristal.
When I was 8 years old, my little brother Dylan, went missing. He was 4 at the time. He'd been out in the fenced-in backyard 1 minute and gone the next. Everyone went crazy looking for him. Of course, sheriff's office, police, my parents, friends, and neighbors. At first, everyone said that we'd find him within the first day. Even at 8, I could hear the kind lie in their voice. There was no sign of the gate being left open or a gap in the fence large enough for him to squeeze through, which meant that someone had snatched him, and unless we got an idea of who or they contacted us, well, how are we even going to get him back? By the 3rd day, the talk had turned from finding him to waiting for a call from whoever took him. That and advertising Oh God, why am I struggling so hard on this?
Yeah, I mean that part, like going around the corner to every way my parents could think of was like it's a little weird.
Yeah,
I get yeah.
That and advertising every way my parents could think of to get his name and picture out as many people as possible. They pushed the news station to cover it morning, noon, and night, and for a week or so they did. But as more time passed, the news stories came in, and the daily reminder to call if you saw him got pushed to the back of the hour, and then it was gone. My parents weren't dumb and knew this would happen. Of course, they took out TV ads and put stuff out on the internet. Though back then the web was not as big and popular as it is now. The television ads were expensive. Fortunately, my mother's business was a local print shop, and she wasted no time in printing up thousands of flyers that were posted all over our part of the state. For the next year, God dang. For the next year, that was our route. Every weekend of
Routine.
Every routine. Oh my goodness. Every weekend.
That was our routine every weekend.
Every weekend and some weekdays after school. Gosh darn it. Every weekend and some weekdays after work and school, we would load up and put up flyers in a new area and replace those that time and weather would eaten away. All of them were the same. The words "Have you seen me?" question mark, followed by a recent picture of Dylan and the final line of "Please call." And then my mother's cell phone number. We spent so many hours in the car with stacks of those flyers. It felt like Dylan's ghost was haunting us, though. The whispered rustles of reams of paper, each of them a frozen reminder of Dylan's face staring out at us, asking why we wouldn't help him come home. That's kind of
Damn,
wild.
that's dark. That's dark.
Yeah, very. So basically, it's been a year.
Yeah. So
now.
the main character is 9 at this point.
Yeah. So it's been a year. They're putting up posters every damn day.
Yeah.
I think Dylan's gone. I'm not gonna lie.
Who knows?
By the time I was 11, my parents had divorced. Jeez, what? Oh,
That's quite the time jump. Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I would.
how old was he when they started? 9?
8.
8?
He was 8, and then when the previous paragraph, he was 9, or they were 9. I don't know if it's a male or female.
Yeah, that's wild. That is wild. My father had hung onto the crusade to find their son for the first year, but when year 3 was getting close, he finally had enough. They argued and fought for a couple weeks, and then he packed up and moved across town. Within the year, he'd taken a job in another state, and I mainly saw him at Christmas for a day or two after that. That's sad.
Divorced life be like that.
I wanted to hate him, and I guess in my way, God damn it. I thought she was peeking at me from the corner over there. I wanted to hate him, and I guess in my way I did. But not because he'd left, because he'd left me behind. My mother had become so focused and passionate about finding Dylan that everything else fell by the wayside. And even after any reasonable hope was lost, she didn't slow down. I know from the outside that might sound like a good thing, like she was being a good and dedicated parent trying to find her child. But it was more than that. I didn't know the analogy then, but looking back when I got older, I likened it. That's right. Yeah, likened. That's likened. Right?
Yeah, I likened it to. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I likened.
Oh, I likened it to a soldier who can't be comfortable in a life without war after so long on the battlefield. It was like she needed to continue, not just search for him and put up the flyers, but being seen doing it, talking to people about it, getting their sympathy and compliments and well wishes. The grieving, heroic mother had become her entire persona, and over time, I came to understand she didn't know how to let it go. Ooh, that's kind of that's kind of shitty, to be
I mean,
honest.
yeah. I mean, like, I can understand that. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, because I mean, at that point, like, yeah, it's about. I hope as time goes on, and if they don't find him, that it doesn't turn into like she gets obsessed with getting so much sympathy. Because you know
Yeah.
how some people
Mhm.
make them sympathy Instagram posts and shit.
Yeah, where they like post themselves in a hospital and be like, I don't want to talk about it. Like, don't ask me if I'm okay. And everybody's like, oh my God, are you okay? And they're like, yeah, I scraped my knee on the gravel.
Or the shh, done with the internet. Don't talk to me. Don't message me.
Yeah. And then they start posting the next day.
Everybody's like, what happened? Don't talk to me. Edgy. All right. Where are we?
Why do you keep looking in the corner, my guy?
Because
You scared?
I hear a weird fucking knocking right now.
Are you scared?
She's walking up. Don't tell me you texted her.
Maybe I did.
Don't do that. Still, over time, uh, it let go of her. Life moves on. People forget, and the old tragedies are replaced by new ones. I remember how angry my mother was when a little girl went missing my first year of high school. Even when the girl was found 2 days later, she would stalk around the house muttering and in a foul mood. If you asked her, she'd say it was because it would make people forget about our Dylan even more. But I remember feeling uneasy when she'd say that because, well, I could hear her lie in her voice, too. Ooh. Do you think she is accepting that Dylan's gone forever,
Um,
but she wants his sympathy?
it could definitely be that way. Like, it could just be like, well, if I stop looking, people are going to view me as a bad parent. So that's kind of what it feels like a little bit.
Yeah.
But also, like a parent, will be looking. So yeah.
I also just saw that because I sent you the Discord deal. It shows your guys' Discord name, feetpics.com. That's gonna be on the screen.
The
Uh,
entire time.
that's on there. It's on there right now.
Jesus God, just minimize it, bro.
I'm going to. I just saw that. I was like, awesome.
People are gonna think you're a fucking freak, dude.
Uh,
That's why I made the name like that, because it's so funny. And you can cut out all the explanations so people think you're a freak.
yes. Boo, 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 boo. All right, here we go. As I'd gotten older, I'd done what I could to avoid her ongoing campaign. I'd have to help some weekends still, but for the most part, I made sure that I had enough. Oh my god. What the fuck is that word? I know what that word is, but I can't, like, I don't know how to say it. Extracurricular. That's the word. There it is.
Extracurricular.
Extracurricular activities to keep me with her
Extra
way.
curricular.
I think she actually
Say it
preferred
again.
that. Extracurricular. Extracurricular.
Yeah, there you go. You got it.
Uh, I think she actually preferred that, and it was easy to play on people's sympathy and to get attention when she could tell everyone she didn't have anyone to help her. Oh, keep searching for her missing son. Yeah, she's definitely playing the sympathy card. Oh, hard right now, which sucks. That's kind of sad. Still, I couldn't tell something was coming. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Still, I could tell something was coming, like pressure building in the atmosphere before a storm. Something was going to break soon. My hope was that she'd reach the point to where she'd give up on finding Dylan and just live her life again, both her and me. Instead, One day, she woke me up around 4 in the morning and told me we had to go. She was clearly distraught, sweating and crying, and barely able to talk. I didn't know what was going on. Had she found out something about Dylan? Had something happened to Dad? What was it? She just waved away my questions and told me to come and get in the car. That we had to go now. That she'd explain when there was time. I did as I was told, though by this point I was fully awake, growing increasingly terrified. When she got behind the wheel, I half expected her to peel out of the driveway and shoot off at a top speed, but she didn't. Instead, she drove slowly and quietly, not even turning on her headlights until we were out of the neighborhood. There you go. We're waiting all night for this.
Oh yeah.
You're the kid. You're the kid.
Yeah. I don't even know like how old I am at this point.
You're in high school.
Okay. Mom, what's going on?
She glanced over. I just realized what you gave him. She glanced over at me, sweat still pouring down her cheeks.
It'll be okay. Just wait. We're gonna make it right.
This is the shittiest voice I've ever done so far.
Do you want to redo, or do you stick with
No, keep it in there. Fuck it.
I turned and stared out the passing dark.
Oh God. Is it Dottie? Is he okay?
I thought he was in fucking high school.
Yeah, it's edgy high school voice, dude. It's not a phase, Mom. Is it Daddy?
Is it Dottie? My mother gave a harsh laugh.
Oh, I'm sure he's fine, living it up there with his whore girlfriend. I'm sure.
She put a hand on her other arm and rubbed it as she gave me a sore look.
Don't worry about him.
There you go. I like that. I like how it's slowly like turning.
She's a little like sarcastically fuck him. By the way,
that fucking whore.
That fucking whore girlfriend of his.
I wanted to respond, but she didn't quite dare. Oh, I wanted to respond, but didn't quite dare. She was more crazy acting than usual, and I didn't know what might make it worse. So I just sat silent for the next few minutes, wondering more and more on where we were going in the middle of the night. Well, technically, it's in the morning, bro.
Yeah, get it fucking right.
You dumbass.
Just kidding. It's just a joke. We're not shedding hate to the creator.
Yeah.
By the way, check out the story link in the description.
Yeah, links to the description. Yeah, don't sue us. I don't think we'd get sued.
I don't think so.
Nah.
They could. If they really wanted to, they could take the video down.
Yeah. At this point, it's exposure.
Don't come for us. We have 11 subscribers at the time of recording this.
Love us. Collab with us.
Yeah, collab with us.
When the car suddenly veered off the road into a ditch, I had a moment of unreality where I felt like I was the thing sliding away from the path, not the entire vehicle. Then there was a bang as we hit the bottom of the ditch and began to... Oh, whoa. Oh, so she fucking like...
Oh yeah, she...
Okay,
yeah.
so she like fucking hard took it.
She wanted... Yeah.
I thought she was like slowly rolling up to the ditch or something.
No, it sounded like she was about to...
Yeah, there was a bang when we hit the bottom of the ditch and began to roll, glass shattering and metal squealing as we tumbled twice and came to a rest. My mother was dead before the ambulance got to her in the hospital. Not from the accident. Surprisingly enough, we weren't badly hurt from that. No, I found out later she had a heart attack. That was the reason for the accident, and oh my god, and that's why they called her death as soon as they checked her in the ER. People talked to me about it after I was checked out. A nurse and a highway patrolman originally. And then my father, when he came to get me and carried me back with him. I always told them that what I remembered happening, and they looked puzzled. But okay, but
That's
very
creepy. I heard that
yeah.
shit.
Did
That
you
was
hear
creepy,
that?
bro.
But
That's awesome.
They looked puzzled. Fucking Rocky, my pug ran down here. Okay, they looked puzzled, but say very little. Oh my gosh, and they looked puzzled, but say very little else. The prevailing theory was that she'd known she was having a heart attack and was trying to go to the hospital when she wrecked. I asked my father once why. If that was true, we wrecked heading to the opposite direction from the closest hospital. He looked uncomfortable and said he didn't know. Maybe she was in pain and confused. That was better for me not to dwell on it. Interesting. I mean, it's interesting. Like, who the
Yeah.
fuck? I don't know. It is very, a little confusing. Like, there's something not being said on why she got him up at 4 a.m. I mean, she could have been having a fucking heart attack.
Well, yeah, a heart attack can kind of make you act weird, and like, the stress. The stress
Exactly.
probably gave her a heart attack, or it just could be a factor.
More likely. Well, the other reason I'm on the edge of believing it is because she was sweating a lot.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, she was probably in the middle of having a heart attack, and then it just which is why she took off so slowly too. Well, she started driving so slowly.
Wasn't
Yeah, because it's
right.
like no motor functions. Your brain's not
Fuck
working
you.
correctly. Yes.
Put a fucking wig on.
That's fucking awesome.
What do I get fucking tortured and shit?
I was about to lay in bed and I saw your text and I'm like,
oh, you did text her, you dick?
It's too funny, man.
Yeah, this is what she was looking like peering around the fucking
God,
corner.
that's creepy.
I'm so upset. Anyway.
I'm so upset.
Anyway.
I'm so upset.
Daddy.
get out.
Is it Daddy?
Is it Daddy? Oh my goodness. All right.
Okay.
All right. Bye.
Thank you.
You don't get that.
What?
Nothing. I'm talking to him. Okay, she's going upstairs. Healthy or not, I actually took his advice. I tried not to question it.
What did you say?
And over the next few years, it began to fade for me, too. It wasn't until I was 18 that I was forced to face it again. My father sat me down and told me that now that I was of age, I had inherited everything my mother had left behind. There was some money, yes, but
Oh,
also
wait, I'm sorry. I fucking missed something. She died?
my mother was dead before the ambulance got to her in the hospital. Yes.
Oh, my bad. I'm so sorry. I was waiting for so long for her to finally scare you that I wasn't paying attention to that part. I'm sorry.
No, it was when they got into the ditch, she died, and that's
okay.
Gotcha. She had
okay.
the heart attack, and that's when she
fully
died in the ditch. So she was
okay.
dead
I
as
didn't
soon as
see
they
that.
got
That's
there.
my fault.
No,
yeah,
you're good.
I did hear everything else except for the fact that she died. So
yeah, you're good. My father sat me down and told me that now that I was of age, I had inherited everything my mother had left behind. There was some money, yes, but also the house and everything in it. Ooh, that's pretty cool. You got a fucking house?
yeah, but now you got to pay taxes on that hoe.
Ooh, and he just turned 18 too. Huh.
Oh God, rest in peace, my guy. Sell that shit.
He told me he'd be happy to help in any way I needed, and that there was no rush on it. He'd been making sure the taxes and insurance were paid on the house.
No, never mind.
And the businesses. And the person running the print shop was interested in buying it if I wanted to sell it to them. Oh, so he's set.
Yeah. Make that money.
It was a lot to take in all at once. I'd asked about the house and business before, and I knew that they were going to be mine. So he's getting a full fucking business and shit.
Oh yeah, he's inheriting everything.
That's
Fucking
wild.
next in line for the royal family, I guess.
Yeah. But I never thought much about the details beyond that my father was dealing with it. At first, I wanted to just push it all away. I didn't want the past infecting the new life I had here with new friends and better memories. The more I thought about it, though, I didn't want to hide from it anymore. Hiding from things, being afraid of things, that's how they came to own you. I'd seen enough of that to know I didn't want to spend another minute in my past life owning me.
Would you like me to take over?
Yeah, if you want. I was in deep
I
thought.
haven't done like any reading, so
No, you're good. I was sitting there like, oh, if I read the whole thing, I'm not even mad. But I have a theory. I'm not gonna lie.
okay.
I'm gonna hold my theory for a little bit longer, but I have
No. Say it so that way there's video proof of you calling it.
Something's gonna be in the house, because if you think about the title, it's I found a missing post, like found a missing picture of
my
myself.
God, Cooper! I know exactly what you're saying. Yeah.
And why was she trying to leave? Because they all forgot about Dylan.
Yeah.
So if you think about the title, and then you think about what he might find at this house.
Yeah, what he might find in the house. That is a good fucking point, dude.
So
we will see. We will see. The story is almost over. So
yeah. So all right. Where are we at?
So the next week I flew back to my old hometown. My dad offered to come, but I told him no. Partly because I knew she wouldn't have wanted him there, but mostly because I needed to do this myself. I'd look at everything, spend a couple of days there, then sell anything I didn't want to ever look back. I didn't want and never look back. It was hard at first. By the second day, I was tired enough, I'm sorry, fuck me.
See, this fucking story is a
yeah, no, I had it right. I'm brain dead. I'm sick. That's my excuse. Same with all the other videos. I was sick then too.
Yeah.
It was a hard day. It was hard at first. Fuck. But by the second day, I was tired enough of going through boxes and drawers that the fatigue and monotony drowned out most of the weird sadness I felt. I had been dreading the attic from the start. It had been my mother's overflow junk storage, so there was no telling what all was up there. Running out of reasons not to do it, that afternoon I pulled down the stairs and headed up to see what was waiting for me. I may have to sneeze. First on-camera sneeze. It wasn't as bad as I expected. A few small tables and chairs sat piled up in the corner, and there were a couple of moth-eaten rugs and piles of curtains sloppily wadded up against one wall. But otherwise, there were just a few boxes and a couple of old trunks, sitting crouched in the shadows like a pair of leather-bound coffins. I like that description. That's cool.
That is a good description.
Opening the first one, my stomach dropped. It was full of Dylan's stuff. Some of his baby clothes, pictures of him, a little Cub Scout outfit he loved to wear, even though he wasn't old enough to be a real scout yet. Sniffling, I shut the trunk back and turned to the other one. For the first time since coming back, I felt tears coming up. I felt tears coming. He really had been a great little boy. Who the fuck would lock this trunk? The second trunk had a small padlock on it, and I had no idea why or where the keys was. After looking around, I just see you freaking out.
I think I know what's in the
After looking around for a minute for any sign of a key stashed away nearby, I went downstairs and got a knife and a pair of pliers. I didn't break the lock, but I did pry at the latch, holding it hard enough to that it finally popped off and skittered away into the darkened corner of the attic. Grasping the trunk lid, I realized I was holding my breath. It would be fine, just more sad stuff, maybe, but sorry, just more sad stuff, maybe, but probably just cluttered with old junk. What else could it? Sorry, what else could it? I froze as I stared into the trunk. What? That didn't make any sense. Inside the cluttered or messy, inside was not cluttered or messy at all. Instead, it was neatly arranged to 6 columns of stacked colored paper. I don't know how to say that. Chartreuse number 2? Yeah, sure.
I think.
My brain whispered at me. I knew the shade. I knew the shade because my mom always told me how important the color was for Dylan's flyer. You had to catch the eyes without obstructing the details. Those words and the picture were key. The ones in the trunk were as much as I remembered. Not just the same yellow, but the same words. Have you seen me? And please call, followed by my mother's phone number. In truth, I could only see one difference between the flyers. I'd grown up with the ones I was staring at now. I was staring out now. Heart beating out of my chest. It wasn't Dylan's sad ghost face staring up at me at the trunk. It was mine. So I think you nailed it.
I think the prediction was that
Yeah.
she was about to fucking just drop him off or even maybe kill him.
Yeah, I think she was just going to kill him. But, like, the real question is...
What happened?
I think that was also on purpose, too.
Because it was the whole feel bad for me, my son is missing.
Yeah, because like the MC said, the mother was doing it more for sympathy than it was for any actual purpose. So, and then she just needed to wait a few years and then kill off the other kid, and then people would still feel bad for her.
That's so fucked. Oh my goodness.
Huh?
Nah, this is fucked.
Sorry, 1 second. I know I should be hydrating with water, but who cares?
That's all right.
I remembered the picture. I had been getting dressed up to go to an athletic awards banquet for girls. Oh, man, now the voice doesn't work.
What do you mean?
Because the main character's a girl.
Oh.
That's all right. It still worked. Everybody had the same voice back in the day. I wasn't going to change it anyway. Basketball, when my mother came in with her camera, she wasn't going to the banquet, of course. She had flyers to put out 2 counties up and was already running late. But before my friend and her mother got there to pick me up, could she just take a couple of pictures? I just looked so pretty, and she was so proud of always having such a pretty girl. I tried to resist. I was running behind, and she was acting weirder than usual. And I really wanted her to go on and go before my normal friend and her normal mother got there. But before she got that, tight, almost angry. Oh, I'm sorry. What the fuck?
Like, I think, like...
But then she got that tight, almost angry and not quite angry look she sometimes got. And I knew it was better to give in. Putting on my earrings, I followed her outside and posed to next to the backyard fence. Once she snapped a few pictures, she seemed satisfied and headed out the door.
So she planned it right there. Yeah, maybe she didn't plan it right there, but...
So you must have been planned a while back.
I guess, actually, yeah, because this did happen, like, several years ago. Because she tried to avoid it for so fucking long.
Well, because you could assume it was at least middle school or early high school. So,
that's fucked.
I thought it was a little strange at the time. I'm adding words that aren't there, but it's fine.
That's all right.
But then everything was strange back then. And to be fair, I didn't really have that long to ponder it because the following week she woke me up in the dead of the night and said for me to come to her, that we were going to make it right. Oh, shit. So that was literally a week ago.
Oh,
No, wait. No, I lied. That's
that
not
was
true.
a week after
Yeah, they were referring to like that time,
the night
and
when she
then
woke
she
him
was
up.
saying like, yeah.
Ah,
I understood now what she had meant, and what she had meant to do. Seeing the picture of past me staring up a week before I went into the dark, or I went with her into the dark. I wish I could tell her not to stand there, but to run away from the thing that she was living. Because if she stayed one night, she'd been drug out into the black, and only one of them would be coming back. I closed the lid to the trunk with a shaky hand. At least it was me. Oh, she means like at least it was me coming back.
yeah.
And that was true, but somehow that didn't make any of it better. I locked the front door without taking. I'm sorry, what? Oh, I locked the front door without taking anything with me other than what I brought. There was nothing there I wanted to ever see or touch again. Though I was old enough by then to understand it wasn't a one-way street. Oh, come on. Oh, hold on. I clicked the link.
Yeah, you clicked the last sentence, I think.
Yeah. Okay. Some reason that's a link. You don't just own your memories and your truths; they own you too. And even when you try to forget them and leave them behind, they never stop searching for you. All I can do is, am I in the right story? Right.
Yeah. This is it.
All right. All I can do is be ready when when they find you. Turn away from the beckoning hand reaching out of the dark.
What does the link send you to? Just another story, or just?
It says, "Welcome to the Veristal Information Hub."
Oh,
Oh, so the final sentence is a link to their account,
interesting.
which is fucking weird, but that's cool, I guess.
That is pretty cool. Well, I mean, interesting story. Not gonna lie, like it wasn't that much spooky. It was just like
No, not too much spooky, but a lot of like understanding the
it was fucked
mentality
up. It was
of yeah.
all in all, good story. Like it was pretty good.
Yeah, I enjoyed that. Yeah, I
give it-
didn't like it as much as the other ones.
No.
But it was still a good story.
Definitely getting a 6 from me. The fact that
I
halfway
feel
through,
exactly the same way.
if I
6
can
for me.
predict a fucking story ending, or not ending, but like you can kind of predict. At the
Yeah,
end.
you predicted the twist.
Once you go like, oh, there it is, right there.
Yeah.
Because then you forget what the title is, and then
Yeah.
It just leaves you wondering like, what the fuck was she doing with her at like 4 a.m. And then
Yeah.
And then once they're like, oh, you own the house now. And then she has to go clean it. Like, oh, well, now she's going to find something that'll explain it.
Yeah. I mean,
Ah.
you nailed it. You hit the nail right on the head. So
I mean, still a good story. I enjoyed it. I would maybe recommend this to somebody. But,
I mean, like, just because you can predict the ending doesn't mean that it's a bad
No,
story. It's
exactly.
just like, but the fact that they led you to that in a logical way is awesome. Like, so
Yes,
that
no,
was a
100%.
very cool moment for us to be like, oh my God, you're right.
it was cool. It was interesting. I mean, it left us, as we were reading, thinking like, oh, great. We were asking all the right questions. Like, oh, great. Is she
Yeah,
going to become one of those, like, feel bad for me
Yeah.
mothers? And she did.
But we didn't think it was going to go to the point of,
No.
I'm going to kill my other child.
Yeah, we didn't. So then that makes you think, did she kill Dylan?
I think so, yes.
I thought what was in the locked crate was Dylan.
was going to be Dylan.
That's why
Okay.
I was like,
So I have this issue when I go to read comments. I accidentally see the last sentence every single fucking time. And I saw beckoning hand reaching out of the dark and my heart sank. I thought Dylan was in the fucking attic the whole time. And then when it wasn't that, I was like, oh, okay, all right.
Could you imagine if he was up there the whole
Dude.
time?
I was going to lose my shit. If he was up there the whole time,
the story would have been up to an 8.
8 out of 10.
Yeah.
But since he's not, it's a 6. So
Yeah, there's his first comment. Maybe everybody's overthinking this, OP's mother found that she craved the attention she got when the brother was kidnapped. Years later, she figured that she could get that attention back if her
Yep.
daughter also went missing. She printed and "Have you seen me" posters and put up after she got rid of OP. That's
Yep.
it. There's no demon. There's no other worldly entity. It's just a mother whose mind is broken. And while OP knew she was broken, she didn't know how broken until now. And then the
Why
comment
can
wrap
I
up.
not upvote
And
any of these people?
maybe mom killed Dylan since it was such an odd disappearance. But
Yeah,
I mean,
definitely possible, but this struck me as more of a mother whose life was turned into being a poor dear whose child was kidnapped and didn't know how to go back to an ordinary person. Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe I almost like the idea of the kid just happening to like
just gone.
it had been taken. Yeah,
Which I mean
because strange shit like that happens all the time in real
exactly.
life.
You
So
can 100%, even if the gate, like, you can open the gate and shut the gate too.
bro,
I'm not
I
just
can't
gonna
up
leave it
anything.
open. This reminds me of Mary Beth Tinning. I don't even know what that is. You're lucky that your mom had a heart attack, otherwise you wouldn't be writing this.
That's a very thank you, Captain Obvious quote or
Exactly.
comment right there.
I was thinking maybe Dylan was going to be in the locked trunk. Like
Yeah, so you're not the only one. Yeah.
That is wild. For the storytelling, I enjoyed the story. It was a good story. It's a good story for sure. And it was also written, I think, in a way of like, hey, this happened to me. Like, so
it was.
I love No Sleep for that reason, for some of those posts.
Yeah, there's a good like range of believable stories, or maybe it's things that genuinely happened. It seems like No Sleep to me is mostly fiction, but who's to say?
Who knows?
So yeah, it says they're scary
definitely
personal experiences, but some of these are obviously fiction. So
I could see this being like an hour episode, like if they did
yeah, kind of like
a
Twilight Zone kind of thing.
yeah. Sorry, you like froze.
Yeah, same. You did too.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, you were saying?
No, what were you saying? You were answering this could be an episode.
Oh, I was like, like a Twilight Zone episode or something like that.
Exactly.
Do 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 do. The Twilight Zone theme was creepy.
I give this a 6 out of 10, and you said same.
Yep, same. 6 out of 10 for me.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Not too exciting compared to the other stories, but you don't always get those, which I'm still satisfied with these.
I'm almost tempted to bump our last two stories up to a 9.
What did
I
we
said
give them,
8 for both of them. I don't remember what you gave them, but I gave them an 8. And I'm gonna bump up the girlfriend creep staring at me, and the following one. I can't remember it off the top of my head. Oh my god, what was it?
There's 5 of us, but we keep.
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah.
That one's
that one's a
9.5 right now.
Both of them are 9s for me. Yeah.
It was my girlfriend was peering around the corner. That's a 9 because of Eric. Was it Eric?
Oh yeah, because the funny guy. Yeah.
He's like, oh, my wife collects shoes, but yours is over here collecting fucking eyeballs.
Your wife is fucking crazy. Whoa.
Yo, you ever thought about remarrying? You fucking.
Jeez, what do you clean your floors with? Piss and cum.
Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed. Check us out on Spotify, and I think we're on Apple Podcasts by now. If
I think so. I don't know.
Like, subscribe, and listen and watch on here. We much appreciate it.
And like and subscribe and comment and check out scissor.com. Link in the description, or it's on the screen right now, like it was last time. And by last time, I mean episode 2, which was a while ago.
Yep. And I totally didn't forget to put it on the last 2. But the link is always in the description. Go check it out.
Yep.
And the link for the story is in the description too. So go show the writer.
Go show them the love. I can't physically upvote on my computer for some reason, but go upvote these stories. They're amazing. Like even the ones we rate low, go upvote them. Show them support. Show them love. Like they worked hard for these stories, so always show support.
Yeah. Other than that, thanks for watching. Peace out. Good night.
Bye.